everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I am hopping on to do some Fiber Friday stuff. Today is Thursday, so this video will go up tomorrow. I am getting this one done and then a couple others hopefully today, but I'm so glad you're here. As you can see behind me, I am in a different spot and I have my drum carder out. So we're going to do some fiber blending today. I have quite a few I'm going to try to blend. I don't know if I'm just going to blend them all together, but I wanted to do some. I've been inspired lately. I was able to go to a spinning day at a local mill last week, which I already talked about, I think, in my last video. Get down. Come here. You need to get down. So that was new cat and old cat. They still haven't gotten used to one another. So our old cat just startled the one sitting up here. All right, moving on. So I have been able to spend some time with friends lately that are spinners. And if you're a spinner and you don't often get a chance to spend time with other spinners, please do it. It can be such a source of okay, it's not the goats, it's the cats. So what was I saying? Oh, if you are a hand spinner spinning yarn and you don't often spend time with others who are doing it, please find your group, your people. It can be such a inspiration to pull out stuff and do stuff. And so I've had a couple days here. I went to, like I was saying, I went to the mill to spin last Saturday. And then I had 3 friends from that mill come over yesterday, and they were trying out the Spinolution spinning wheels and got some fiber. My friend Carrie over at My Wool Mitten Farm brought us a little treat. This is, so Carrie does, if you don't already, go over and follow her on YouTube. Every year she does a sock spinning series. And so you can join her on that. And she uses, when she talks about bunny toes, she's got a cute little tag here. She uses my Angora in the toes of all of her socks that she makes. And so she's been, she got some Angora from me, and she has been doing some carding herself. And so she has all of her bunny toes ready to go. She's teaching a class too. I think the class is full, but she will be, you can go back and see all of her previous years. I don't know how many years she's been doing the spinning for socks. I'm thinking at least 2, if not 3 years, maybe more. But Carrie raises Cordell and Shetland sheep, and she also has some crosses of those sheep. And I was able to get some of that from her on Saturday. So this is Shetland Cordell cross sheep. So that's some of the stuff we're going to be carding today. I don't know if I've ever worked with Shetland and Cordell crosses. I've probably worked with each of those fibers before in my long 20 years of doing so. It has just, I'm always amazed because I've never raised sheep. That's one thing I have not raised yet. I've done alpacas, I've done the goats. I just love, and I don't know if you can see it. Maybe if I get something, I think you can see it right there. All the crimp on this fiber is just so amazing to me. It's so crimpy. And so I'm going to blend that today. I am going to blend some of my Angora, which I need to grab. I'm going to get out of the way here and adjust the camera in just a second too. So I've got some German Angora that is clipped that I'm going to blend in with this. And then I'm going to try some mohair, which this is, who is this? This is licorice. Nope, sorry, this is jelly bean. This is my little girl out there. So this is jelly bean washed mohair, kid mohair. I'm gonna try some of that. I have some alpaca that I might throw in, so we're just gonna try to do some spinning here. If you are interested in any of this mohair, I do have it on my website now. I think Jelly Bean is sold out. That's the last of hers. But I have all the rest of the 3 girls. I have fibers still available from them. And it's on my website. So, yeah, that went up this week. And so I would be able to ship that to you if you wanted some. What else were we going to talk about? Oh, talking about the wheels. So for those of you new here, I am a Spinolution wheel dealer. And so I do have 3 of the, I think there's 9 now. 3 of the 9 Spinolution wheels. I have the Polywog, the Echo, and the Monarch. And if you are ever interested in trying those out, please get a hold of me. I am in the Mid-Michigan area, and I am always willing and able to have you guys come here if you'd like to and try the wheels before you buy them, or if you're just interested in them. So if any of you want to do that, just shoot me. You can message me down below. You can shoot me an email, and all of that information is down below too. But I am more than willing and open to having people out here. We had fun yesterday because we did a little tour. None of the ladies had been here before, so we did a little tour of the farm. And not that we have that big of a farm, but you know, I have my rabbit barn and the goats and the chickens. So we did though, went out and looked through those, and then we came in and did some spinning. So it was a fun day. So if you're interested in anything like that, or if you have a group of girlfriends or whatever that would like to see the wheels, drop me a line and I would love to set that up for you. And I am still hoping to get some spinning classes in yet. Maybe this fall, although I was just talking to Carrie about getting together, and I realized that I am into September on my calendar already. I don't know where summer went. Yeah, it's gone. And so I am starting to schedule into September already. So contact me if you're interested in doing something like that. So let's, I'm going to pause this, and I'm going to kind of adjust it so that you can see the drum carder, and I'm going to grab my Angora. So hold tight. Okay guys, I have been talking away to my camera and wasn't filming, so that's kind of a rookie mistake. So I was talking about how clean my drum carder was, but now I've already put some on here while I was talking to myself. Yeah, so I did clean up my drum carder when I got it out, and for the life of me, I don't know what happened to the stick I used to clean out my drum carder. I have no idea where it is right now. I keep all of my drum carder and my nitty knotties and all things like that on a shelf, and it is not there. So I got creative and just grabbed a knitting needle, and basically all you need this for is to go through and lift your fiber up, and this does the job. So what I was talking about was the Shetland Corriedale. It does have a little bit of VM in it, not much, just a few pieces here and there. I don't mind that at all. I will either pick it out now, or I'll pick it out as I'm spinning. Most of it's just little pieces of hay. And for me, when I started this spinning journey a long time ago, I never had issues with vegetable matter, VM. That's what, if you see those letters, that's what that means. I have never had issues with having VM in any of my fiber that I purchased from people, because I knew that it was from a farm. It wasn't, you know, processed somewhere. It wasn't, you know, it's really, it comes from the farm. And so I have never had problems with that, getting fiber that has a little bit of it in there. So it just takes a little bit to pick it out, and it's all done. I was saying I purchased this drum carder, I don't know how many years ago, probably at least 15 years ago. And I'm not even sure what pins per inches are on here. Probably not the right ones for my Angora. And let's see, that grabbed right there. So I'm just going to grab that. And so I've had this forever. I love watching videos of the new electronic ones or electric ones. Those are just amazing. I'd love to get my hands on one, but this does the trick for the carding that I do. With the Angora, I really do not have to card the Angora. at all. That's the beauty of Angora. You can spin it right off from the rabbet. You can spin it on the rabbet. And so I don't use the carder a ton because a lot of the spinning I do is the Angora rabbet. So I'm just going to put a base down here of the Corriedale Shetland. And I always say don't fill your drum too full. And then I fill the drum too full. I kind of have issues with that like I do with my bobbins. So I've got a nice layer here, and I'm going to take some of my mohair from Jelly Bean, and this was her kid mohair last year, and this has been washed, and that's it. I did pick through it a little bit. I see I've got a few pieces again that I need to pick through, but not many. So I'm just going to lay this here on the area here where it grabs it, and slowly put that through. And typically when you're drum carding, you do, you know, depending on, everybody has a different idea of what they want their fiber to look like. I think that's the creative side of the things, that, you know, everybody's going to say something different. I usually go through mine at least twice, if not 3 times with the drum carder. So I will show you that here, but some people just run it through once just to kind of get a bat out of it, and that's all they do. So that is the mohair. I'm going to take just a thin layer of the alpaca. Now, when I had my alpacas, they came from a farm that had done the micron count on them. And when I sold the alpacas, I gave them the paperwork. But they had an amazing micron count on this alpaca. I can't remember what it was, but it was so really, really good for alpacas that were, they weren't babies when we got them. They were actually older when we got them, and they still had a great micron count. So I'm just, and I wanted to show you down here is where some of the fiber ends up sticking to as you're carding. If you hold this here, you're going to end up with more on here. You don't necessarily want it here. You want it back here. So I try not to hold or pull anything down here because it does end up sticking to this first drum. But I'm always trying to pull it out just a little bit. Okay, there's that. That's all I'm going to do with the alpaca. And now I'm going to grab some of the Angora. This is clipped German Angora. And the way I typically like to do Angora is I don't put it through here. I put it on the top here just to get it on here. That's another way you can use your drum carder. And I think I can fit some more fiber in there. So I'm going to go, I'm going to leave the alpaca. I'm not going to do any more alpaca, but I'm going to go backwards. So I'm going to add a little bit more of my kid mohair and throw that down. And then I'll put one more layer of the Shetland down, just a light layer, and then I'm going to pull it out and I'm going to put it back through again. And I actually am probably at the point where I need to get a new band on here. It's slipping just a little bit, and I think it's from that band. I probably need a new one because it has been a while. Let me move this out of the way. And then one more layer of the Shetland Corriedale Cross. And this is just going to be a thin layer. And I actually could do this on top also. It doesn't have to be just the alpaca. You can do any fiber up here. If you want it in a specific area, you kind of move it to to where you want it. You can do big pieces, you can do heavier pieces, or lighter pieces. That's the beauty of fiber arts. It's whatever toots your horn. And so let me just very gently see if I can do this without. That's what it looks like the first time around. And it's really beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to take my knitting needle and just slide it. There's a metal line in here. Let me get this out and then I'll show you. And my other stick is much nicer than this knitting needle. It's heavier, so this knitting needle is bending just a touch. Again, having the right tools makes such a huge difference when you're trying to do something. And of course, I don't have the right ones right now, but we will make this work. And now it's going to bug me where my my thing is. Let's see. I also have this little doohickey. I'm not sure what this came with, and it might not be long enough. There we go. And there is that. So I'm going to lift up. I have this brush here. That's kind of, I'm going to lift it up so it's not in the way. And then I'm going to come over here. And just pull this right off. Oh, that black Corriedale and Shetland is so beautiful. It's such a stark black. I just love that. Do that. And there we go. There is the bat. Isn't that gorgeous? Now I'm going to run it through one more time. I am going to actually, I'm not going to put it through like this hole. I am going to kind of separate it out and pull it apart like this. Just take a piece of it off and run a piece through like this, a thin piece. And I'll do that. I'm going to pause you guys. You don't need to be here for the second round, but I'll come back. I want to spin with this. So let me get this run through the carder one more time, and then I'll show you the end product. Okay, guys, I am back, and I have the bat finished, and this is what I ended up with. It blended really well, and still has some of the, I think you can see the crimp in some of the fibers. The mohair has that, and the Shetland and the Corriedale has that. So I'm going to spin this, and I see Kitty is back. This is the other Kitty. Why is everybody wanting to sit on my lap these days? I don't know, but to spin this, I'm just going to pull off a section here. And I'm going to tilt you down. I'm working with my Spinolution Echo today. I want to start talking more about the wheels in case you're interested and showing you what they do and what options you can get for them. So let me do this real quick. And there. So I have a brand new bobbin on here, which you guys don't often see ever. It's an empty bobbin. So I wanted to show you one unique feature. It does have these, all the bobbins have these little, they look like paper clips, where you can get your leader. This is a leader started. This is just a piece of hand spun yarn that I pulled off another bobbin. You just slide it in there. The wheels all have these neat magnetic clips, and so I'm going to get this on. My leader was a bit long. So what I do is just, I am going to just pull off just a piece of this, and I'm going to start spinning right from that. So remember, spinning on is typically always clockwise. That's how I always do it. When you ply, you would be counterclockwise. There's a piece of vegetable matter right there, and I just pick it out. It's easy as that. And I'm gonna spin this kind of thin, not like thread thin, but I am gonna spin it a little bit thinner. Because I'll end up, I'm going to 2-ply this. Oops, that started again. Yeah, and it's super simple too. When you have an end and you have your working fiber, all you do is put it next to, you start pedaling, and you put it next to it and it starts grabbing, and that's how you attach yarn. Really simple. I want to get enough of this spun up so I can show you guys what it ends up looking like with all these lovely fibers in here. I wish you guys could feel. That's the best thing about having people either in or you go somewhere, is so that they can feel the softness and just the luxury. And you can't really, you can a little bit, but you can't see the sheen on these fibers. You can't see the beautiful sheen on the mohair, and you can't see the great crimp on the Cordale and Shetland. So that's why it's always nice to do things in person, especially when it comes to fiber arts. Speaking of doing things in person, I am heading to the Michigan Fiber Festival tomorrow, which you're going to see this video tomorrow. So it'll be today that I am heading to the Fiber Festival down in Allegan County. My daughter-in-law and I are going down, and we're going to just, I am not a vendor there. I thought about it, maybe next year. It's just been too crazy of a year this year, and I still don't feel like I'm totally caught up with everything. And doing more than a one-day show is really hard for me anyways, just with how we have things set up here, and my husband works at a pretty full-time job right now, and so to have him do all of my chores is sometimes not an option. So I don't do a ton of like 2 or 3 day shows right now, just because it doesn't work out for our family. So let me see. If you want to see what your yarn's going to look like once you get done, you can just pull out, and essentially you are plying back onto itself. And let me see if I can get this. There we go. So that's what the yarn would look like once it's plied. You're going to get a lot of color variances in this, a lot of shine, and yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I am going to sit here and finish doing more spinning for the afternoon. And okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, as always, put them down below in the comment box. I'm always answering those. If you don't already, please subscribe to my channel. I would greatly appreciate that. It helps me as I continue to make these videos for you. And please like this video too if you enjoyed it. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend, and I hope you're creating something today. Bye.